Hello pretties, welcome to Viv's Reels. So I'm a little bit closer to you guys than normal, and that's because I'm going to be doing a try on. I spent a shit ton of money on Scott Barnes makeup because I love Scott Barnes. Scott Barnes and Patrick Ta are like my favorite makeup artists. Scott Barnes is like my full glam alter ego, while Patrick Ta is more like my everyday kind of self. But I bought a couple things from him. And by a couple, I literally mean a couple, and it came out to $150, even though it was supposed to be Cyber Monday, and it was supposed to be 40% off, so, Lord, it hurt my soul to buy all of this. By the way, hello pretties, welcome to Viv's Reels. I don't know if I said that, it's been a day. I do have my Christmas party today, so I do have to get ready for that. So just putting that out there, putting it into context. It is so gloomy, and I use natural lighting to film videos, so it's gonna be a little dark. I just want to go over with the things that I bought. So I bought the little mini palette. So this is $25 for 5 shadows, which means it's Natasha didn't know net prices at that point. It's a little bit less than a gram. I think it's like 0.9 grams per shadow. So I just want to put that out there. And I just bought the neutral palette because I didn't want to fuck it up, you know? I just didn't want to fuck it up. This blush hurt my soul. Scott Barnes is really known for his blushes. And so by the way, that comes with a little sleeve. I will say the packaging, I was hoping it would feel more luxe because this is definitely high-end makeup, which I normally buy more on the lower range to midpoint, you know, makeup. So this was a little steep. Jesus, this feels like a nicer version of like the, what's it called? CoverGirl makeup, like the little packaging for it. I can't open it. Fuck. There you go. It's a lot more glittery than I hoped that it would be, but I decided to go with the peachy shade. I wanted to go with minimalist, but I was seeing it swatched on other people, and I just felt like minimalist might be a little too minimalist, and because I have more of a medium skin tone, it just wouldn't show up on me. So I was really scared of that, so I decided not to go with that one, and I went with Samba. In retrospect, I should have gone with Mango Fizz. That's like his bestseller. But it is what it is. I do like this shade. I'm not sure if it'll complement the palette, but there's that. I will say though, this palette is super cute, but it is super tiny. This is my hand. This is the palette. In retrospect, I have super tiny hands. My best friend Audrey, she's 4'11", and she has bigger hands than me. So I'm just saying, I have pretty small hands, and this palette is absolutely fucking tiny. Just tiny. I'm trying to see if I can pull a palette for reference. Okay. So this is like a 9-pan from ColourPop. This is the Proceed with Caution. Look at this thing. Super tiny. Just wanted to show that to you guys. Okay, so I bought the palette, I bought the blush. By the way, this blush, $30. $30 for a blush. I need that to set in. I bought this from Los Angeles, which is a blush palette. And it comes with one highlighter. This was $28. $30 for a blush. Jesus Christ. It is the most expensive blush I own. I better fucking use it up. That's all I gotta say. And there's that. Sorry guys, I'm like super uncomfortable. I'm like sweating. I know it's winter, but it's Texas and it's like 80 degrees out. So it does not feel like Christmas right now. I bought 2 blushes. So this is the blushes. I am planning on wearing the red one because it fits my shirt. And like I said, I have my little Christmas party, so I figured red would feel better. Go with it. So I bought this glosses, and I like more pigmented glosses. That's usually my thing. I just want to show you guys the other shade that I got. I guess I could swatch it for you guys. This is more of an orangey, corally, peachy shade versus this one's an actual like reddish shade. So just want to show that. I will say that this feels nicer packaging. And what was really where the bulk of my money went was for these brushes. Scott Barnes is absolutely known for his makeup brushes. He is just known for it. They're expensive. They're mink brushes. And they're expensive. I bought a set of 3 eye brushes for $69. Again, let's process that for a minute. 69 brushes. And that comes with this brush right here, which is the Scott Barnes 60, which is a lip and eyeshadow brush. Let me see, that helps. Come on, focus. There you go. Okay, And it comes also with the fan eye brush. It's a fan brush, but for your eye. And that's the Scott Barnes 61, which is this one right here. This is like the ultimate blending brush. Come on, there you go. Ultimate blending brush. And it also comes with 62, which according to Miss Tati Westbrook herself is the absolute best eyeshadow brush of all time. So this is Scott Barnes 62. Bam, just literally a blended brush. There you go. It's actually pretty big, like pretty big, bulky at size. And then because I was looking at his website, he really only has one more eyeshadow brush, period. I was like, fuck it, might as well buy it. So I bought the only other eyeshadow brush and I effed it up. Great. Hopefully when I wash it, it'll like reshape itself. And it's this one right here. I know they're kind of like weird brushing size, like shapes and stuff. This is Scott Barnes 63, but it's supposed to be the perfect for the outer corner. So anyway, that's all I bought. These 2 glosses, 4 brushes, 1 blush, and mini eyeshadow palette cost $150, even though I have free shipping and I had to add taxes. It was supposed to be like a little bit over $200, but because it was a cyber sale, it was supposed to be 40% off, but it really came out to 25 after taxes and everything. That hurt my soul. That literally hurt my soul. I got this huge box from ColourPop, and it was less than $90, and I have so much more product. So this literally hurts. All right, so I've already primed my face and my eyelids, and I've already set my eyelids as well. So there's that. I don't think I mentioned the cost of everything. I forgot how much the glosses cost, but the blush was $30. The palette was $25. I think I did mention it. I might have forgotten. So okay, let's just get started because like I said, I gotta get moving. I gotta go to work. So I do want to use all of the shadows in the palette. So I'm gonna start out with this like yellowy shade. They don't have names to the shadows, by the way. There's just no names. So I'm gonna go with the yellowy shade and just start that in my transition. And I'm gonna go with the 62 brush. And again, ooh, there was a lot of kickback that came up. I'm gonna see if I can, and that's after me already tapping it. I'm not sure if the camera picked that up, but there's that. I think I like fluffed everything away though by doing that. Okay, let's just see if there's anything left. No, I think I might have over-tapped. I over-tapped and I lost too much product. Okay. Bam, there we are. I will say though, this is going right there into the crease, and it's like, I mean, it literally blended itself. Well, that's nice. That makes it feel a little bit better. Okay, there's a hair in my brush. That's not Scott Barnes' fault. That's Athena's fault. Athena, she is a hair machine. We literally have our Roomba going on all the time, and we will never pick up enough hair. It's just everywhere. I'm constantly having to roll my clothes out because there's just so many Athena hairs everywhere. Okay, I honestly feel like that was just blended effortlessly, and I'm gonna just a fucks and giggle go in with the fan brush and just bam, the edges just blended immediately. I know you probably didn't see much of the second eye, but I'm hoping I'm showing enough. It's my first time trying like a makeup video with this camera. I usually try to use my other camera for that, but there's that. So I'm gonna go with the exact same brush. I don't like to switch up brushes, and I'm gonna go with the second shade right here, which is the second darkest shade. I'm just trying to deepen everything up a little bit. So I'm gonna put this in the outs. Oh, okay. I will say these are super soft. The shadows feel very, very soft and they're very blendable. Oh my god. Did you see that? It just like blended itself. Okay, we are... I feel like I want to blend more, but there's nothing to blend. It like literally already blended itself. You guys are watching this real time with me. That was super quick. Okay, moving on. I thought I was gonna be late for work, but I guess not. Alright, let's go to the next one. Gotta switch over to this side like that. Put it on the outside and then blend the side. blend it in. Windshield. I swear to God, I don't know who came up with the names for like blending motions, but they're fucking hilarious. Who would have thought, like, who went out of their way to name this the windshield wiping motion for for blending? Like, who came up with these things? All right, I just want to say though, I'm having a little bit of a harder time with this eye, but it could just be like me. I feel like I don't have enough shadow. That's strange. It probably is just me, because now I feel like I'm overthinking it, and I'm also like can't really see. I'm like super blind, guys, so I feel like I can't see if I am blending or not. Also, it is so hot here in Texas. Oh my God. But it's winter and I just feel like stupid for turning on my AC in the winter time. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend the edges a little bit, but honestly that blended super easily. I should have put my phone on vibrate. Scam likely. Do you guys, I'm gonna put my phone on vibrate. Do you guys get scam calls all the time? I feel like I didn't used to, and then I bought my home, and then ever since then I get scam calls all the time. People trying to sell me solar panels, people trying to sell me redo my mortgage with them, I don't know, gardening services. I'm like, where'd you get my phone number from? Where did this even come from? Okay, so I'm gonna go with the 63 brush, and this is supposed to be like the perfect outer V shade, so I'm gonna go with the outer V shadow right here. I will say I was struggling with my eyeshadow, but now it just looks super blended, except maybe right here. And bam, no more issues. Also, these brushes are nice. Okay, let's try this. Ooh, a little bit of kick up. I personally don't mind kick up because I always do my eyeshadow like first. So if I, oh shit. Okay. All right. I don't know how to use this brush. I've watched a ton of like Scott Barnes videos. If you don't know, Scott Barnes does have a YouTube channel, and it is the best thing ever. You learn so much from him. I personally do. And so I was watching a bunch of his videos prior to, I'm just gonna blend the edges right here, prior to placing my order, because I wanted to make sure that I'm making the smartest possible purchasing choices I can, considering it's so expensive. I didn't want to, you know, fuck it up. So I was like, okay, we're doing this, we gotta be smart about it. And I just learned so much about technique, like what to do and all that stuff. I'm sweating so much profusely. Okay, gotta get it together. And I love his technique. He has the way he holds his brushes is so soft yet like strong, and I think that's why he has a really flawless application. And honestly, his brushes, from what I'm trying so far, are super nice. They really do blend themselves. Okay, I always have this issue with eyeshadow, specifically on this side, because it's not my dominant hands. I'm trying to like pull my arm on the other side, where there's like a little skipping right here. Is exactly where like the crease of my eyelid is. I always do that. I was hoping that I wouldn't have this issue with this palette, but with this brush, but because it is a more angular brush, I think I was still gonna have that issue, and I was expecting miracles. But if I can just place the shadow right there, bam, problem went away. I mean, this does fit right in the eyeliner part like perfectly. Going back with the 62, just blending. Blend. Anyway, I really love Scott Barnes. Oh no, it went away. That probably didn't place it right to begin with. Yeah, there it is now. Back in there again. Going back, blend that with the 62. Okay, I'm going back with the fan brush and just fanning everything out. Bam! Everything looks just really blended. I will say though, I like this side better than this one, but that's pretty much anything I try. It's always like that. All right. So I want to use this shade right here, which is a shimmery shade. And per Scott Bar himself, he loves using his fingers for shimmery shades. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this all over the lid, and it's truly like a more subtle shimmery shade. And yeah, it's a more subtle shimmery shade. And this is the most simplest bronze look ever, but I'm liking it. My baby girl is still tired. She's usually so active when I'm filming videos, but right now she's tired, she's calm. Bam. Alright. I'm gonna wipe my finger. A little tissue right here. Okay, and I do want to use the middle shade, which is supposed to be more like a topper glittery shade. So I'm just gonna put that a little bit on my finger, and then I want to place this just in the center, just to give it an extra pop, and it just blend it right in. And I think it did add a little something. Can you guys tell the difference between both eyes? I think you can. Okay, perfect. So there's that. Gonna do it on the other eye real quickly. And bam. Super soft, bronzy look, easy, effortless. Cover girl. Okay, I'm kidding. But Scott, that was super easy. I normally take forever to blend my eyeshadow, and I feel like I blend it a lot quicker, even though I was having issues with my outer corner here, which again, I always have issues with my outer corner just because I don't know how I place my shadow, that I always miss the crease right there in the middle. It happens all the time. So this blended super effortlessly. They were pigmented, but not too pigmented. They were definitely more buildable because I was able to build the transition shadow in the middle one right here super easily. So that was nice. Alright, we're back. I did all of my makeup completely out of order, so it like really tripped me up. But it is what it is. So I do need to finish my eyes real quick. I am gonna go with the fan brush and the little middle transition shade that we had, just to put it on the lower lash line. So let's do this. Well, that was super easy. I will say these shadows are blending so easy, but I don't know if it's the shadow or if it's the brushes, because let me tell you, the best of brushes can make any shadow blend. So I don't know. I mean, these are nice brushes. They're very, like I said before, they're buildable. They are, so I'm trying not to cover my entire face, but I just can't see. I am legally blind. They're very buildable. They're pigmented enough where you're gonna see them at the first try, but you definitely can build them up. I have more of a medium skin tone, so I almost always have to build up my shadows. Bam. But again, these are blending effortlessly. You could go with the middle shade to like highlight your brow bone and the inner corner. However, I'm not gonna do that because that's just not the look that I'm going for. I want to go for something more matte, so I'm grabbing the Raw Beauty Christie palette and grabbing the white, and of course touch the purple. I gotta be super careful with that finger. I don't want purple on my face. And I'm gonna go with the only shadow brush I haven't used, the little lip and eye brush, and just grab a little bit of that white, tap it off, and put it on the inner corner. Oh shit. If this was the wrong decision, I should have gone with more cream shade. I forgot how pigmented these shadows are because they're per Pigment palette, of course. Fuck. Okay, we are doing it. I'm just gonna have to blend it out, no big deal. Just gonna put the brow bone just a tiny little bit more. Okay, there we are. Now we're gonna go back with the 62 brush and fix that because I went a little too bright. Okay, you can still see it, but it's not as defined as it was before. I will say though, Tati was right. This is like the ultimate blending brush. It's slightly like tapered in, but it just goes everywhere. It is a little bit big, but I didn't mind that. It wasn't as big an issue as I thought it would be. Just blend in the little edge out. Okay, might as well since we're at it. Bam, bam. I did put some eyeliner on at the bottom of my waterline, and it was like a cream kind of like nude shade. It wasn't white, just nude. Just want to mention that. Okay, that's done. Let's go with this blush. Because it is a really shimmery blush, I decided to not wear highlighter because I just thought it would be too much. I'm hoping that if I tap the excess, the glitters will come off. Excess off. Okay. We'll find out. From what I understand, this is a very pigmented formula, so I definitely don't want to go too crazy. I'd rather build. Okay, I can definitely see those glitters. I'm gonna get a little closer. Can you see those glitters? Like, it's so shimmery. I don't know if I like that or not. I should have gone with a matte blush. I knew I should have. Because I don't like glittery blushes. I know a lot of people do. Me and my personal preference, I just don't. It is very pigmented though. I don't see very well without my glasses, but I have a mirror behind the camera and I can see the blush from that distance. So very pigmented. Definitely don't want to go overboard, and because it is really glittery, I don't want to push it too far back. So we're just gonna end it right there. It looks very pretty. It does have it's just so glittery. God damn it. I should have gone with that. I should have known. This is not Scott Barnes' fault. I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and I don't like glittery blushes. A lot of people do. I just personally do not, and I should have known better. I absolutely should have known better and not go with a glittery one. Learn from our mistakes. I will say that for a glittery blush, very pretty. It's a lot more subdued of a color than I thought it would be. So I am liking that. I don't necessarily think it matches the gloss I know I'm gonna wear. This side is so much more pigmented than this side. Oh Lord, no. Now I'm trying to even it out, but I'm making it worse. Okay. Yeah, it was a smart choice to not put highlighter on. It would have been way too much. Way too much. Okay. We're gonna go with a big fluffy brush and just blend the fuck out of that blush to tone it down a little bit, because I went a little heavy with it and I didn't want to. I just kind of did it. I knew it was pigmented. I watched enough videos. Let me not put my hand on my desk, shake the whole camera and everything. I knew better, and I did it anyway. Okay, I will say that tones it down significantly, so that makes me feel better. At least it's same thing as his eyeshadows. It's a super blendable brush formula. It is very pretty. It is very glittery. So there are pros and cons to that. The pros, you don't need to wear highlighter because it just kind of blends right into the skin. Con, you have highlighter or glitter a little bit lower than you would necessarily want it to, because blush naturally goes a little bit lower than the highlighter, and it's supposed to accentuate your cheekbones. But I guess if you wear your blush a little bit higher, it wouldn't have been an issue. That's not how I wear my blush. So there's that. But the undertone, very, very pretty. I'm just gonna put a little bit in right here and right here. The undertones are very pretty. I was able to tone it down into a more natural shade. I do think that once I put my setting spray, and then I always tap it on top with my sponge, I think it'll settle, like tone it down a little bit more. Okay, so we're done with the blush. I definitely learning curve with that one. And then I have the glosses. I've already said I'm not gonna wear this orangey one, so I'm just gonna swatch it for you guys. He does have the brush applicator, and that's because I think that was blurry, but I can't tell if it was really blurry or not because my eyesight's so bad. I can't look at the camera or at the mirror before it. Very pretty color, very, very nice corally shade. but he does have the brush tip applicator because he likes to wear it on top of liquid lipsticks, and he says that with the brush tip applicator it's a lot easier to do that. So FYI, if you like that or not, just letting you know that's why he does it. I've watched all these videos. Okay, I normally would put my setting spray before I put my lip gloss, so I'm gonna do that. So for a second, grab my brush, and then on the same side that I use my powder, I start tapping everything in. And I do think that's making it even more subtle, just a little bit, and it's making the glitters not stand out as much. You know what? I think I'm coming around to this blush. I kind of like the way it looks. It does have a little bit of that duochrome-ness to it because of the glitter, but I'm coming around. I kind of like the way that looks. I think once I pat it down, the glitters look a little bit more natural and not so, because it kind of felt like it was like sticking out of my face, if that makes sense. And now that I put it down, it looks a little more natural. And because it has like a pinky hue, it looks slightly more blushy natural. I don't know how to explain it. I kind of like it. I'm gonna have to play around with that one somewhere. Okay, let me put my glasses on because I need to visualize this look, these lips of mine. So, wrong one. Grabbing the red one. Oh, by the way, this was the shade Slash, and then the corally one is in the shade Haute Mess. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bam, gloss. It is a pigmented gloss, so I'm always gets nervous when I grab a pigmented gloss, but I love it. Okay, let me shut my mouth and do this. It is a little bit thicker of a formula, but it's not sticky. It took a really long time to apply this with just the brush, and I think it's because with a doe foot applicator you just kind of swipe, but with this you just have to be a little more precise, and because it is a little smaller, you just don't cover as much ground. I'm gonna try to do the thing that Scott always does, which is to push the gloss outward. Regardless, it is a really pretty shade. I do think it did a little something for my lips. I don't have the largest lips, but I don't necessarily have like tiny lips, so there's that. I do like the shade though. This is a nice shade. It has like a slightly like berry undertone. It's not like blue red, which there's nothing wrong with that. It makes it a little more subdued, I think, which I do think makes it more wearable. If I was wearing like a red lip liner underneath though, it would look very, very red. I don't mind it. I actually like this. I think this looks good. Let me take off my glasses, and hopefully did not ruin the inside of my eyes. And just want to show you guys what it'll look like. What do y'all think? I will say though, those eyeshadow brushes, such a good investment. They just blend it effortlessly. So there's that. The blush, I do want to say I do like it a lot more now that I like push it down with the setting spray. It looks a little more subdued, a little more natural, and when I just look at it on the side, there's just this nice glowiness to it. Definitely do not need highlighter with this blush, like, at all. Funny enough, it's really, the glitter is only really at the top of my cheeks. I don't know how that happened, but I really like that. And the gloss is super natural, not natural, sorry. It feels very comfortable on the lips. It is thick, which means it's probably gonna last a little bit longer. So I'm excited about that. I think I'm going to do like an end of day wrap up, show you how my makeup looks at the end of the day, kind of thing. I guess I can come, once I come home after my Christmas party, I can come in. So yeah, there's that. I'm running late. Okay, I have to go to work. So I'll see you guys in a little bit when I come back and do see how it all looks at the end of the day kind of thing. Bye guys. Hello pretties, welcome to Vivsirel. I know it's super dark, it's because it's late at night. I came back, Christmas party's over, and we gotta do a recap. So I forgot to mention this, but the palette does have a really nice quality mirror right there. And also forgot to mention that the gloss that I apparently lost, here it is, it has like lightly sparkles. Let me turn this light on. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is why I didn't want it on. Okay, different mode. Chill out. There you go. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Anyway, I have the light on. We're gonna take off these glasses so you guys don't get a glare. Let's look. Let's investigate. Let's see what we're doing. Jesus Christ, this is really right in my face. Okay, I'm not sure if that makes the lighting a little bit better. But again, it's just for the close-up. The eyeshadow's still looking pretty good. I want to look to make sure, like, I don't usually get a lot of creasing in my eyelids. And there's a bit of shadow. No, there's not really any creasing. I'm trying to look here. Not sure if you guys can see that close-up right there. But there's really not that much creasing. I will say it's not as blended on the outer corner as I would have liked. But it doesn't look bad. But that's on me. I kind of noticed it but didn't really go for it too hard. Overall looks fine. I will say though, the lip gloss, it definitely bled through. Not sure you guys can see that, but it's definitely bleeding a little bit through my lip. I also like just wore it straight. I did not wear a lip liner. I'm sure if I would have worn a lip liner, it probably would have looked a lot nicer. So I guess I can try that next time. You know, that's the thing with first impressions. You just do it. The blush, super long lasting. It's still there. It's still super glittery. I noticed this more like after the fact, like when the light was catching me, like natural sunlight was catching me, that it actually is super glittery even over like down here. It is more apparent in the high bone, like the high points of my cheeks and stuff. It's more noticeable there. But if you look at it a certain way, it definitely is glittery throughout my entire cheek. And there's definitely glitter. I had like glitters fall out throughout my face, which I know were part of that blush. Surprisingly, even though it is a more glittery blush, I actually enjoyed it. Not sure if that's my jam, but for what it is, it was pretty nice. I kind of really want to try his matte formula because I actually enjoyed it. Definitely not highlighter. No highlighter was needed at that point. Just for shits and giggle, I want to try on the other gloss here in front of you guys. I do have a little staining from the Slash, but this is called Hot Mess. I just want to, I swatched it, but I want to see what it looks like with, it's called by itself. So I'm hoping it's not orangey. You know what? This was a mistake. You can definitely still see the staining peek through from the other lip gloss. It looks like it's a little more natural. This one is a matte gloss versus the other one has a little shimmers. This was a mistake. This was not a good representation of what that looks like. So there's that. Regardless, I really enjoyed it. I really, these brushes were so nice. They were so easy. I did like the formula of the shadows. I feel like I have to play with some of the shapes of these brushes, specifically these two, the fan brush and the angle brush, a little bit more because these angles were a little bit hard. Like I wasn't sure how to hold it, and I definitely messed this one up on the outer corner of this one because I wasn't sure how to hold it, which I didn't have the same issue on this side because it was just easy to apply it. It was just like, it just blends right. Okay, these bitches. And by bitches, I mean my dogs. I love them to death, but god damn it. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna turn off this light. So, okay, no. There you go. Whew. I do want to do, I am gonna plan on doing 2 more videos like this one. I am expecting to get a bunch of gift cards for Christmas, and I'm hoping I get some Sephora ones because if I do, then I definitely want to invest in some Patrick Ta makeup. The things that I'm eyeing from him are his lip gloss. I'm eyeing a blush duo and a bronzer duo, and I'm also eyeing his multi-dimension palette. So those are the 4 things I'm looking forward to, which means I have to get some really nice gift cards. I can say though is that I did decide to use my Sephora points, so this is a little sneak peek. I think this video is going to come sometime next week, but I bought a Natasha Denona palette and I bought the Sendo palette, and it's the first time I've ever owned Natasha Denona, so we're going to do something similar to this video where it's like trying a new brand for the first time, and we're going to try the Natasha Denona. This is doing it no justice. Let me turn that light on. Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay, alright, well, that's too much, but this is what the palette looks like. I'm super excited. I've never tried Natasha Denona. This is supposed... I was like at the Sephora. My Christmas party for work today was like right across the street from the Sephora. And so I was talking with the ladies, so I was like an hour early. So I was talking to the ladies and they're like, what's the best formula? And like by far the best formula in the entire store is Natasha Denona. And that's what everybody on the internet says. We're gonna test it out. We're gonna test it out. I'm gonna try it out. I wanna see if it truly is the best formula. I will say I've only held it a couple times and it already has all this like fingerprints on it, so it definitely gets dirty. Super reflective. You guys can see my whole setup right there. But expect that, and if I get some really good formula, some really good gift cards, expect another video with Patrick Ta. But that's about it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one. And if you're looking forward to me trying out Natasha Denona for the first time ever, please, leave a comment. And if you're interested in me eventually getting some Patrick Ta makeup, leave it in the comments below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.